Mayfield under pressure, escaping a tackler, still looking to throw and does for the end zone.
Baker Mayfield that time.
Yeah, at the beginning didn't know who this kid was, but I think everybody in the country knows who he is now, so he's making a good name for himself.
On August 30th, just 7 weeks after arriving on campus, Baker Mayfield became the first true freshman walk-on quarterback in history to start a season opener at a BCS conference school. That day, he threw for 413 yards and 4 touchdowns while running for another. Texas Tech beat SMU 41-23.
At the end of the day, he does things on the field that you see and you're like, all right, he's got a chance to be pretty good.
We always thought he's got all the tools and abilities to do that and be special, but we just didn't think it would be the fall of 2013.
Mayfield hails from Lake Travis High School in Austin, Texas, where he led the Cavaliers to a state title his junior year.
Baker was very small. He's probably 5'5", maybe 5'6" as a freshman, but he's very, very bright, bouncing off the walls all the time. Was a good athlete, but he was just one of the late bloomers, I think, out of the freshman class. But he was on our top team.
That season, the team went undefeated, and Mayfield threw for 45 touchdowns with only 5 interceptions. As expected, Division I scholarship offers started coming in from all over the country, and then they stopped.
So it was hard when January rolled around and he didn't have a commit, he wasn't committed anywhere. That's really when it started to be very difficult and stressful for the easygoing Baker that we had always known.
It was frustrating and a beat-up process to see what some of the competition was getting, so.
Lake Travis was down slightly during Mayfield's senior season, posting a 9-2 record. And once his dream school, TCU, opted for another quarterback, Mayfield was suddenly left without many options.
TCU ended up, I thought, and I've got some great friends on the TCU staff, I thought they were going to offer him. They ended up calling and saying, hey, we're going to have to make the decision to go with this other kid. That was tough for Baker and that was tough for us.
Well, we threw out the subject of if we didn't get the offer threw it to Baker, if we didn't get the offer, let's think walk-on.
Mayfield chose to walk on at Texas Tech, where his former high school teammate Michael Brewer was the starting quarterback. A few months later, Brewer injured his back, and Tech was left with 2 true freshman quarterbacks.
You would have thought he had won the Heisman Trophy. And it was Cliff Kingsbury telling him that he could practice with the first team. And he got off the phone, and he's expressive like me. He's, Mom, I get to practice with the ones.
I remember putting him in the 7-on-7 the first time with the ones, and they literally didn't know his name. They just called him number 6. So he's come a long way.
The way things transpired with the injury to Brewer, then Baker all of a sudden starts getting reps, and then you see what he does.
And every time he got out there, good things happened. Continued to improve, and we decided to make him a starter.
After beating out fellow freshman quarterback Davis Webb, Mayfield started the first 5 games for the Red Raiders. And although a knee injury kept him out of the game against Iowa State, he has amassed almost 1,500 yards and 8 touchdowns in a season where he was not expecting to play at all.
He was ready to go from the start. He'd never looked back from there.
I don't see him as a true freshman walk-on, I just see him as a great quarterback, a great friend of mine. He's doing a great job.
He's special.
We, as his parents, are so proud of, aside from the fact that there's so many people that have written us, and I could tell you all the notes and things about things he's done off the field that are just as special. That's the part that's really, really neat.